Friends, the last week hasn't been really good, in particular for the equity investors in India. So there has been news around the tariff coming from US and additional penalty, so which has triggered a little bit of correction in the markets. And overall, we have seen like Sensex, mid cap, small cap, everything coming down in the range of 0.5 to 2% on a weekly basis, right? And likewise, many large cap, mid cap, small cap shares have fallen down. The mutual fund schemes, equity related, they have also given some amount of correction. However, if you take a step back and think what is happening and what are the opportunities that are coming out, so it's mainly around the US exports where the main problem as on today is, right? So there are many companies who are doing business who are not dependent upon the US exports. So they are dependent upon the domestic market, or maybe customers in our countries outside US. So for them, the situation is still the same. If the company is able to provide profitability, bring in profitability, of course, earnings goes up, and then the price is expected to rise, right? So think about this as an opportunity and re-strategize your investments and portfolio accordingly. Of course, companies or themes which are dependent upon US exports, they are going to remain weak for some time now. Like for example, technology, digital, these kind of themes are going to be underperforming for some extent, to some extent for some time. However, there are other themes like you have hospitals, you have the consumption industry, you have infrastructure, manufacturing. So these are not so-called dependent upon the US and its tariffs. So and there's a good opportunity to invest here, as overall the correction is happening and people are kind of trying to move out, thinking about what will happen. However, there is no real threat around those territories, around those themes, that is visible now. So those who are investing now will of course stay a few steps ahead of others for sure, like we have seen in the COVID times also. Even though the past week we have seen corrections, there are still some thematic funds which have given return up to 3%. So just imagine, because they stood focused, on businesses which are not dependent upon US, right? So maybe to name a few, names are coming to my mind. Like if you go through Motilal Infrastructure Fund, it has given 3% return. That's phenomenal last week. So hope you pay attention to your needs. Thank you. Have a good investing.